Hello friends, it's Dan from here from Miniatures, and today we're gonna be working on this little car. It's gonna be part of the Mars Federation Racing League, and I prepared a couple of pieces, that I can use for whatever with this build. So obviously, this is minimum cost Monday, and this car costed me like 50p. So yeah, it was a great deal. Let's just get and disassemble him because we're gonna remove the wheels straight away. That's gonna be an entire disassembly. I was thinking about stripping the paint, but I really don't see a point of doing so. Okay, let's keep it in piece as much as possible. In one piece, I mean. So you see the wings in here are actually extendable, a little bit, not too much, but just enough to actually make it kind of reasonable, kind of fun. So I think, for a play feature for a 50p, absolutely great. Is that actually fitting inside or is it just sitting on top? Oh, it's fitting inside. Alright, and I just dropped the screw. Alright, so let's just put this back in. So generally when I'm building Martian Federation builds, they are very kind of slim and dinky and not really brutal and everything. But I decided that maybe today we're gonna change it. We can add the jet engines for a better speed. Yes, of course, jet engines, super glue caps, because they always come in handy and they can very well fit in here under those little spoilers. Yeah. As you can see, this is not a very clear one, but what can we do? I just grab a first one that I found. Yeah, I always keep the super glue caps because they came in handy so many times. But it is incredible. Sorry, I was drinking and, well, I got a little bit of a beer, and when I took the first sip, it decided to go absolutely wrong way around. And I can barely speak right now because I was coughing for like half an hour. Just one of those days. And today is the Monday that I'm gonna be posting this video. And I usually have those videos ready a couple of days ahead of time, so this is kind of a rush job for today. Yeah? But yeah, like my laptop was in the cleaning shop for a while. So I just need to catch up on the build again and build a substantial backlog. Okay, so we have a big jet engine, but I'm thinking, that's why I have all of those little wheels. They are from previous builds. I'm thinking, repulsor engines or whatever you call them. Yeah, sorry, my English and my voice are kind of shot today. So don't blame me for being a little bit odd. So I'm not sure whether they are identical. Yeah, they are. So we can put them, as a, little repulsor engines under different angles in here. And just, do I really want to add them? Because after removing all of that stuff, it's actually fairly slick. The wheel wells are actually not all that bad altogether. They don't really require much of filling up. I'm just thinking I could do that. Are those wheels any good for the repulsors? Not really. So I would have 3 of them then, one bigger in here, just under it, where the screw is coming. And then maybe I can just put 2 of them in front wheel wells. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that was, the idea was completely different at the beginning, yeah, but we changed it. So this is gonna go here. Yeah, and now we have to figure out how we want to put those ones in. And I'm thinking, you know, one part here, just 3 points where it's going to be connecting. So it's going to be here, here, and here. Just give it a little bit of a tickle with the super glue, because it's going to be fairly weak connection, unfortunately, because of the angle that I'm putting this under. It's just 3 points that it is really touching. Let's just check this one. It's gonna be exactly the same, I guess. You know, always those little details about the engines in those cars are kind of odd to figure out. They take some time. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's just give it a super glue wiggle and wiggle here. And let's try this again. Hopefully it's gonna work as well as the previous one. Come on. And we're gonna keep the play feature, you know, with the little wings, you know, folding and unfolding. We have the repulsors, we have the jet engines, so that's gonna be just, you know, having this, keep this up in the air. Now, what else do I want to do? I was thinking about putting a little bit of a cage over the driver's head, made out of this, you know, hair curler. My wife never used the hair curlers, yeah, and I have to order them online. So yeah, that's the weird one, you know, but I order hair curlers for myself. Now let's see. I think it's gonna be like either 1 or 2 of those pieces. So let's just start with 2 and we'll see if that's gonna work. If not, we can just cut it down to a singular one. 1, 2, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's why I said, you know, like I always make them very kind of flimsy. Actually, 3 would be better. Okay. So we have in here, well, this is gonna, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's try this again. Let's clean this one up, and we're gonna go 3 long. We'll see. This is all, you know, experimentation and play with that stuff. So we have this 1, 2, 3 here. Then if I haven't messed it up. Nope, I haven't. Now let's have a look. That looks better on the back, but worse on the front. So I'm thinking that I need to cut it under the angle. Yeah, from 3 to 1. So, and like that, I guess. This is just experimentation with that stuff. Let's just see. Oh, that looks so much better. And if I cut this front bar off, it's probably gonna be laying even better on everything. Let's try it. Oh yeah, okay, so this gives us this, you know, more kind of junky, more build up. Actually, if I cut this off completely, it's gonna be even better. All right, let's you know, the cutting should be the last thing you're doing, not the thing that you are experimenting with. Yeah, but it actually works. So it gives us a more of a cage for the driver, even though they shouldn't be really exposed, you know. I don't know. I don't remember if in the law the Mars actually have atmosphere now or not. But generally, you know, you would be thinking that there should be enclosed. We can probably just say, oh, you know, they are having a force field in there, you know, keeping the driver atmosphere in place, but like, who knows. So okay, this is another piece. A lot of pieces of broken hair curlers. So this is from a soap dispenser. I'm just thinking, you know, if I can just squeeze like 1 or 2 in here, just to give it, you know, something extra. So let's just try this. They probably don't gonna glue very well because, you know, soap dispensers, the plastic is not very friendly to super glue. But let's see. So we have this. So yeah, it isn't. Let's see if I can just give it like a little bit of a more permanent bend. I'm not sure if it's gonna hold the bend, if it's not gonna just, you know, go back to previous profile straight away. Well, that's look just fine. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna just cut the second one of those, and we're gonna do the little bit of bending as well. So this is gonna probably want to go back to its normal shape after a couple of minutes, so just gluing it in place gonna be a best option just to do straight away. So in here and in here, that should keep it in place. And I know that I rarely ever use tweezers, but for this particular piece it works. All right, come on. There we go. And we're gonna do exactly the same thing on the other side. And let's put another one in. And we need to just grab this and come on, just go in. All right. So we still keep the play feature of, you know, wings being able to fold and unfold, and we have this as well. Now, do I want some sort of a weaponry on that? No, I think that this is a good enough for what I was looking for. This is a Martian League, so we're gonna just be probably doing some sort of a base for him. Yeah. And flying stand, I guess. I don't think that I have anything correct for this, but yeah, I'm gonna be back. You know, we're just gonna give it time to dry, then black bomb it, and we're gonna be ready for some paint job. So I have him painted white-ish, yeah, because white is very transparent color, so other stuff is showing through. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna just take the speed paint, what do you call it, this slaughter red, and we're just gonna very quickly go over him. Yeah, because why do we paint him red? It should be obvious to anyone, you know, red is a fast color, so this is a speed build. I think that I need a little bit more red. You can see that my fingers are turning red as well because, like always, I'm a dummy and I didn't put my gloves on. I think that this is rich enough. Let's just wash it out. Okay, so for the engines, we're gonna be using the Beowulf Blue. So what I want to do, I just want to give them a blue glow. And that's gonna be the same with the jet engine, which doesn't really make sense, but maybe that's how the technology works on Mars, yeah? Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that, and in a couple of seconds we're just gonna come back with the metallics and we're gonna finish this with metallics. Okay, so now we're gonna be using a base Iron Warrior. It is a fairly dark metallic color, but you know, because I don't want to repaint stuff in black and go back and forward, I just want to be able to cover the red. Then we're just gonna, I'm actually gonna leave a lot of red on this. We're just gonna, as you can see, this is not stable because I haven't glued it, just drill the hole and put it in, so I'm gonna glue it later on. I just want to have something to hold on to. And as you can see, this is not dry brushing, this is definitely full normal painting. If something red gonna show through, it's gonna be, you know, the rust or whatever. I'm absolutely fine with that. Now I'm just thinking about those little engines. Yeah, let's just give them a proper coating of metal. It probably can be painted much better than what I'm doing, but again, this is not, well, I do have the skills, basic skills in painting, but not my favorite part of the hobby, even though usually it is one of the longest part of the video, and that's probably because I have no skills in it. Not great skills either way. Anyway, I have, I would say, semi-moderate to decent skills in painting, but I don't really enjoy it, so I would rather skip it if possible. But you know, those cars look so much better if they are painted. So yeah, this is my sacrifice for the hobby, yeah. And the airbrush, oh my god, it just does 90% of the job for me right now. So like, as a kind of gift for my airbrush, I want to buy the, what do you call it, the ultrasonic cleaner, just to be able to clean out all of the little pieces of paint from the nooks and crannies of the airbrush, because like today when I was priming this, it got completely stuck. I have to spend like 10 minutes just going over and cleaning up all of the little problematic parts. Yeah. All right, now let's just give this a wiggle. Like I said, I don't need this to be perfect. All right, and now let's just go and clear this out. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a dry brush over the raised surfaces. It's gonna give us a little bit of a chipping effect. Yep. You know, that this was flying through the dust clouds on Mars and stuff like that. Hit a couple of rocks here and there. Yeah, and I think that this is pretty much done. I think that I'm gonna have to replace the little pole because it was bent and it just doesn't feel very strong. And for the basing, I'm just gonna paint it, you know, brownish, just to get this sorted out. But yeah, I'm gonna be back in a few seconds with the spin table. After messing a little bit with the base, I just put a little bit of a sand on it, painted with the brown and oranges, and added some of the little flower clumps that I have over here. Just wanted to make it, you know, I know it is Martian Racing League, yeah, so technically it should be on Mars, but I'm assuming that if they manage to start terraforming Mars, there's gonna be some sort of a leaking, you know, and stuff like that building up. But you know, this is the minimum cost one they built, and I'm gonna be honest, it is minimum cost. I used the old wheels, which cost me nothing. I use a piece of a hair curler that I gonna be honest, I don't remember how much the entire pack cost me. And we use the bottle caps. Yeah, the only real expense would be that little bit of a flower there, because the sand you can pick it up anywhere. So yeah, like really, this is you know, back to basics with the minimum cost. No 3D prints, nothing like that. So yeah, if you like this video, you know what to do. Rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family, and whoever else want to watch it. And everyone have a great day and take care. Bye bye.